Hello. Think people can see what I have been doing. Not sure how what I have planned. Okay, but I achieve something better. That's what the challenges that we experience here in more visible. Because something that I think it is visible on YouTube. Somehow visible on YouTube. So we should move to YouTube. Just I would just see if I would try out the font. Like, it's a little bit visible now, right? A little, just we can manage like that. And just manage it like this. Previously, we created this special environment just pick all. That's what you will do, and you hit enter, and Django is going to be installed. So, create a Django project. Make sure you have your virtual environment active. So I am going to my project. So to do that, we're going to use Django in start project. Project we follow up. So let's call it underscore project. Hit enter. Let's wait for it. We now have transaction project here, and inside of it, then manage.py. And now, if you look at this, you see that there is a this folder which contains all our work. So right click, delete it. To my terminal, and I am going to project transaction project and give a space. Now give to duplicate the folder structure to be direct going to do. If I hit enter now, what transaction project inside this transaction app, and for virtual environment installed. Or let us run the tackle. To run the server, we use Python page. Hit enter. Let's see, successful. So the install works. Django version 5.1, which is the current latest version. Let's go back to our project, and we can end it. And we can close all this with CLS if you are on Windows, if you are on Mac. So the next thing is to a Django application. If you are new to Django application, several components that will make up the project are the Django application. Facebook. So when you get to Facebook, you notice that they have the to-do, which controls to-do list. They have the watch, the business, which controls, and so on. All these things are the components of the project that is called. Django application. The Django project is the overall project. Components of that project. So we need to components for each of these projects. So how do we create a Django app? So to create a Django app, we Django dash admin followed by the name of the app. So let's call this transaction. And if you look at our folder structure now, you are going to see that the thing we will do is we need to tell our project that we put into itself as its part. So to do that, check directory and we go to settings.py or settings. We look, if you know your Python very well, set. So this is Python list. So the name of the app is transactions. Okay, having done this, we do Control S to save project. Now knows that it has an app. Next thing is to work on the URLs of our. We would go to the Django app, create a file, we call it URLs. But the reason why we are using URLs.py is because it follows convention. But you can call it anything you like. The next thing is we can .py as well. So this is the one that Django generated. So we want to use the URLs of the app and project. That is actually what we are doing here. And we need to do something so that we can be able to use include as well. So, okay, remember we are also going to be using shadow. Let us just follow up with this. URLs. Going to be a string transaction.urls. So we are actually saying that the front or the home page of this URL. Now, having done also copy this, or rather copy this because I need it. I am going to paste this, then I'm going to remove, not going to be using include this time around, going to remove it, going to remove it. So here I am going to be importing the views. Django, okay, or from dot views. Django, I want to import. I can do this. I can either use from dot views directory or the same folder. I can just say from dot views of the functions that controls my view. Import views directly. Because it is very important to this thing that we are doing. Django. Let's go to the now. I want you to know that you don't have to memorize all this to understand the way your way around all these things, and then look for documentations from Django project. Use MDN, that's Mozilla Developers Network, and continue trying to replicate whatever you actually want to do from dot import views from they have there. So that's what I was talking about. From dot import. Now, what we are doing here is that we are importing this pattern that is called MVT. So M represents the model, T represents the template. So the MVT means that, which is the model represents the database. So when Django is going to go to your database, retrieve whatever data there, and push or classes that are going to control those data and then push them to the template. Now the template contains that the user will see. So the view is the part where all the info to the template. So that is why we are talking about views here. Let me close up this one. This is the views.py here. create your view here. Now let us create one view here. Function. So let's put this function home. One parameter for now, which is request. Render something like return render. Let me return HTTP response. Just to show you something, I want to show you something from .http import response. So we now return response, and let us have my app here. So now this function, which is home, into our use. So we are returning views.home. Let's home just to debut. Okay, so let's run our server and see if we have Python manage server. Let's see. Not having anything. And you can see here that so this is because it is returning the HTTP on the home page, which is the front page of our website. Had it been pi and here and change it to slash member, or just okay. So the reverse of it. If I come to member, hit enter, you still see that this member and load the front page again is going to say page not found. This thing from the front page to the member page. So if you leave it empty, it's going to be in the front. Refresh this page now. It's going to take me to that same function. I only understand the logic that are playing out here. It is only the logic, just the logic. Everything becomes easy. Okay, so let us response, because actually, if we are to use HTTP, notice that we are going to be writing a lot of code. Doing so is going to be very difficult for somebody this application later on. So that's why we have to separate every. Instead of writing all our HTML here, what we are going to do is function or the render method to do that. And to be able to use render, Django app, which is in my case transaction, a new folder, and we are going to call it templates. You like? This is just the convention so that anybody can understand it. We create a file and call it home dot, and let's write our normal HTML and let's return a welcome to our welcome to our first page. So this is what we have now. Render, and we request request. We now take the HTML, which dot HTML. Now we have taken this home.html on this server. Click Ctrl C to close it, and command that you typed. Okay, my server is running now. Let's go back. Welcome to our first page. Now, the next thing is you can see that I am now rendering Django project. It's as simple as ABC. I am now doing that. But then, actually, I cannot include any CSS here because Python is not going to understand. Let me show you what I actually mean. Let's go to our HTML. And add something like style. Red. Let's just give it a red color. Once you do something like this, you can just close your server and run it again. And let's see going to show. So this is this that we have in the recent Django. Not going to show. If you separate it, it is not going to show. Files are CSS, JavaScript, and images. These are static files. Separate folder that is called static. So Django can always replicate it. Go to the folder, which is transaction, create another folder there. and within the solid CSS, just to separate everything, we call it JS. Call it images. So I am there, and we can work with them separately. I will need to get my template, the template. Let me see if I can get a template. But there are so many ways to get it out there and get anyone of your choice. But I want to use something here. I don't know. I've seen something, but not perfect. But it has not yet been customized. Oh, dashboard, free bootstrap, because it's dashboard, get an something here. For it. just to see if they will give us. So I think this one is free. Live preview. This is the live preview of it. I think what uses this has cells, all these things, and it has a chart, graph. Should we use this one? I don't know what to do. Also responsive. Go ahead to use it, or should we just? Well, let's check another one. Let's check this login. This login page, mobile, and let's see if it also has a create user this thing. Let's click on this they are doing. I think this. What do you think? Covers what we want. The other one. First, just let's use it. Load for free. Let's click the load for payment on 20. Sorry that my network has been disturbing and the quality of my video was affected. So I am very sorry about that. Video is like you give me a like, subscribe to my YouTube channel, support what I deliver. I will Python and any other framework of Python. Please do not hesitate to tell me using the comment section. Come to your chat and have a one-on-one conversation. Suggestions. Thank you very much. I appreciate your support throughout. done it so far. Let's download. Let's go ahead and register. So, then give us what we want. One is what I would not take. I thought that they would give me what I wanted. Hmm. Do you think I will download this? What do you think? Let's start with you. I'll see you when I download this. Wait, because we have started joining me today.